Some call it the comeback. I've been here for years. I'm rocking my peers, put suckers in fear, making the tears rain down like a monsoon. Listen to the bass go. Explosion. Overpowering. Over the competition. I'm powering. I'm gonna take this itty-bitty world by storm. And I'm just getting warm.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Punching Annex. My name is Rusty Seabutter, and I'm here with Jimmy Burrito.
Yep.
And today we are returning back to kind of the original format of the show, which is focused on talking to Div 1 coaches about how they got to Div 1 and how they developed their teams and any advice they have for kind of new and learning players. This week we are sitting down with Rumblebee.
Hey guys, thanks for having me.
Hey, glad to have you. And Rumblebee's team is Howl at the Moon. They're a Necro team. They just moved into Div 1 this season, and they are part of the Necro experience, which I guess is best summed up by losing your most precious child frequently and terribly.
Yeah, that's the long and the short of it. Necro players don't last very long unless they're werewolves.
Okay, so Rumble, why don't you introduce yourself to the listeners and tell them a little bit more about your team?
Well, I'm a Necro coach, and I've had this team going since season 5. So this will be my fourth season with them. And true to form, I only have one player on the team that was from the original lineup. Everybody else has been replaced because they die all the time.
Which player is that?
It's John Cutesack.
Nice.
It's one of my flesh golems.
So, original flesh golem was 29 SPP.
Yeah, he's had 29 SPP for about a season and a half. He can't get that one injury he needs. But I'm hoping now that he's the original that the team will become his and everyone will rally around him.
I don't know if it's the same phenomena as, say, with Black Orcs, but I was able to close out those last 2 points on one Black Orc that would never ever level with a couple vanity passes. You should try that.
I'll keep that in mind.
Div 1 Frank Vanity passes.
That's right. What could go wrong?
So how long have you been playing Blood Bowl before you started?
Before I started Howl at the Moon, I had one other season in Rebel. I started with an undead team, and I joined with 4 games under my belt. So I got thrown straight into the fire. Back when I started, the Rookie League didn't exist, and I went 1-0-12 that season. So it was a learning experience. And then I switched to Necro, and I started getting better. I got myself a mentor, and here we are.
So is Necro kind of your ideal team in terms of playstyle or whatnot? Like, what kind of teams do you typically gravitate towards?
Typically, I play more bash than anything else, and Necro appealed to me because they were a little bit bashier than some of the other hybrid teams, but they still had the ability to make up for a positioning error or two. Since I was still learning how to play, I found myself out of position a lot, and I still do. And having the couple of move 8 and move 7 players really helps to correct that if I do get caught.
Yeah, it's that speed.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of it.
I have no idea what that's like.
So when you were building your team, what kind of approach did you take? Do you have like a plan in mind, or you just kind of took skills as you took them, and would you have changed anything?
Well, with the way the team is set up, I didn't start with any ghouls because I wanted to get the SPP on my werewolves as quickly as possible, and I just fed them touchdowns for the first couple of games to get a level or 2 under their belts. And I got pretty lucky with my wolves. The first one rolled with a strength up, and then my other wolf, his first level was doubles for Mighty Blow. And from there, I mean, he just kind of took off and then rolled a second double. And because he developed so great, I pretty much built the team to support him. So I had a decent amount of guard and a decent amount of block just to kind of keep people where they were at so that the wolf could dart in, kill someone, and dart back out. And that's why I had to cycle so many players, because I was so protective of the wolf that everyone else just kind of stood around and got punched all the time. And now I'm paying for it a little bit. So
Yeah,
I'm
I see you
starting
have
to take
11 SPP on your whites combined. What happened to them?
Yeah, what happened to them?
Yeah, some orc coach last season decided it would be a good idea to kill one of them, and then the next game another one of them died because
Oh man.
the tax man comes. It's the penalty for seemingly immortal wolves is you have to pay your taxes every season. You have to cycle all your golems and all your whites.
It does seem like John Cusack's claiming a lot of dependence on the old tax forms. To duck his responsibilities.
I don't know what it is with him, but he just I'm not gonna say anything about it because I don't want it to happen.
He's deferring his taxes by not taking any SPP.
Yeah, we'll just leave it at that. Don't have to pay your taxes if you don't get any in SPP. That's a good way to look at it.
So naturally, it was fairly big news this week. It was, I believe, in your first game with Sace, right? And your legendary werewolf, Rod Longstaff. Was it Longstaff?
Yeah, it was Rod Longstaff.
Yeah, that guy. He met with an unfortunate fate. What happened there?
It's a little bit of a positioning error by myself. I thought he was protected, and Sace saw a push play to free up his legend with Claw, Mighty Blow, Pylon, Tackle, all those wonderful kill skills.
Yeah.
And he just waddled up, and Mr. Whimper punched Rod in the face. First block, didn't need his Mighty Blow, didn't need his Claw, didn't need to pile on. Dead into no regen.
Ugh.
Turn 2. Welcome to Div 1.
Yeah, Jimmy had a pretty heartbreaking wolf experience last year himself.
Yeah, took a lightning bolt in the end zone.
I saw it live. It was sad. You never want to see someone's wolves die, but I mean, your wolf was particularly disgusting. So I was a little happy that I didn't have to deal with it ever.
Just saying, Herringzord put 2 wolves on his superstar team, and they're both dead now. So
yeah, but everybody knows about the Herringzord curse. Like everything that man touches falls apart. So
and the curse, I've seen you guys talk about it a little bit in Discord. Is that anybody that he praises pretty much immediately, like almost like the SI cover curse or the Madden cover curse, just falls apart?
It's not as direct as that. The curse started because his dwarves like to pretend they were Eisenmike's lizards, and they would just get hurt and die all the time. AV9 wasn't a thing for him.
So what would have to happen to make you consider re-rolling the team?
Well, we've already hit that end state.
All right, so are you done now that Rod's out?
Well, no. It's just a player. I'm not gonna let it deter me. I mean, I built him once. I can build him again. I've already got his replacement going, so I'm not gonna throw in the towel just yet. I still think I have a chance to pick myself up by the bootstraps and keep chugging along. But losing Rod was a pretty big blow. My morale is down a little bit. So
yeah,
I'd come into the season thinking that I might re-roll just because this is my 4th season. It'd be nice to do something new. But having the pieces that I do, my team's not in terrible shape. It would be hard to walk away from Div 1 with the team that I have.
Yeah, you still have that 4 strength werewolf. That's pretty nice.
Yeah, I'm well on my way to getting another legend. Only 76 SPP,
Well,
and I don't have to play Stace again, so it's not like he can kill it.
that is kind of the thing with Necro, right? Is your werewolves are your stars, and they're kind of the whole team to some degree. Obviously, the golems and wights are no slouches, but the real the real superstars are pretty obvious, but they're also pretty quick to level. So in terms of rebuilding those pieces, at least they're not the most difficult pieces to rebuild. Is that kind of the experience that you've seen or had?
Yeah, a move 8 player with agility 3 and regen and claw. You can get them with touchdowns pretty easily, and they can injure things pretty quickly. The only downside is they don't get their mighty blow unless they have a double.
Yeah.
So
Once you get block on them, you can pretty safely take hits with them to try and get that SP even faster.
Yeah.
Take greed hits. Yeah, after my werewolf died, it was game 13 or something, or 12 in the season, so it was towards the end of the season, and I was gearing up for a playoff push. I was in like 2nd or 3rd place in the division, and when that happened, I saw red, and I missed the playoffs because I was making bonehead plays just because I was trying to kill everything, and I didn't even care. And I went into the devastational figuring if everything blew up after that, I would just re-roll, but maybe I could get some levels on a werewolf, and came out looking okay.
Yeah,
That's better.
That's kind of what happened with my first wolf. If you notice, Luke Thywalker, my strength wolf, is actually Luke Thywalker the second. The first one was also a plus strength Blodge wolf, and I lost him during spin game to a failed dodge against a line rat because I was greedy and I wanted him to score a touchdown. So I tried to dodge away, and he died. The death floor claimed me. And that was the 3rd spin in the game. This was back when we were allowed 4. And the very next game, he scored 4 touchdowns and got a casualty, getting me up to 14 out of 16.
Wow.
So they level quick.
So in closing, got any general advice for new players?
Yeah. First of all, stick with your teams. You'll never make it to Div 1 if you keep re-rolling all the time, and you'll never make it out of the lower division bye weeks. If you want that to go away, stick with your teams. That's great advice for everybody.
Yeah, G-Man.
And also, listen to the more experienced coaches. When I started, like I said, I had 4 games under my belt. I mean, I was doing 12% fouls. I was not blitzing scoring threats. I was just not putting people in scoring position at all because I didn't know what I was doing. And I had a couple of coaches take me under their wing, and after every game, they would look at my replays and they would cast them for me, and they would send them to me, and they would say, "Hey, this is where you screwed up. You should have put them here, or you should not make that block before you do that." Because I used to have a problem with order of operations too. I would blitz before I would stand up my players and things like that. So we're 350. We're 350 strong. There's a lot of talent in our league. Just take advantage of the people that are out there trying to help. That's probably the best advice I can give you is listen and learn and just keep moving forward.
Yeah, and I think this is episode 8 now of this show, which is pretty focused on passing down advice to the younger players, and that's a real common refrain I think that we've heard from a lot of the different coaches. Is they came in, you listened to somebody who's more experienced and got way better as a result of it. So youngins, listen to your elders, do your chores, do what you're supposed to, because you're only gonna someday you'll be the elder. Sitting up in Div 1, losing your wolf.
Turn 1, block 1.
Turn 1,
no
block
regen.
1.
He didn't even move. I'm sorry.
like a rock.
We can stop talking about it.
Well, it's a tough thing to get through, but thank you for coming on and talking to us this week. And good luck to you through the rest of the season. I think there's still a team here to fight with, and a 4-strength Wolf is nothing to sneeze at. So we're fans. We're rooting for you.
Yeah. Thanks for having me. It was good to be here, and yeah, that's the only way to get through Div 1 is to not give up. Every game there's a chance. And
at least now you got a wizard's worth of TV back in your pocket.
That's true. You're gonna be sitting in the catbird seat in terms of TV or inducements, I guess, for a lot of the season.
Yeah, Rod was 260, I want to say.
Oof.
He was a chunk.
It's got to be more than that. Wolves are 120 to start.
He might have been like 270.
Yeah.
Well, thanks again, Rumble. Thanks, Jimmy, for hanging out. This has been Punching Annex, and we'll catch you guys again soon. Say goodbye, Rumble.
Oh, bye, guys.
Peace.